The Braum is standing out here for a Freaker, but looking at the Tahm Kench, and I like what you say about counterpicking support to get the most favorable bottom lane you can possibly get, but looks like a Freaker are just going to take away the Catfish, make sure that Jin Air didn't have that option for them, and you can understand, of course, does work very, very well when you've got a Skarner on the opposing side.
Side of Jin Air showing some range support, which I think would be very helpful for lane, but won't necessarily fit every composition. We are still in that melee support meta. Could find some sustain through the Taric.
Yeah, and also helps for any sort of cheeky, you know, less man Barons, 2-mans, 3-mans, things like that, if you want to just sit there and heal up.
In the West, it's seen as a pseudo counterpick to the Galio, because during the flight time, you arm the Cosmic Radiance and then try to outlast the initial burst from the Galio.
Yeah, also not care so much about the extra tankiness.
And they will go for the Talia, so this is very much about turret destruction and pick power on the side of Jin Air. So Freak of Freaks, they've left top lane to last. The top lane Rise is available, interestingly.
Yeah, Rise actually not being banned is crazy.
Being a big pick for Keen in the top lane. Could go more conventional, go for something like an Orin, but he's actually looking at Malphite.
That's one hell of a bouncy castle if they wanted to go there.
It's been played in the LPL. This is an outside chance of happening. But they flash over to the Fiora, and instead, we get old school from Keen. After all, they went from team fight into wanting to split. The Fioras this week have not necessarily been working out. But this is once again the skill matchup between the Fiora and the Camille. But I'm just excited that we get to see Keen flex his muscles after being on tank roleplay duty for the majority of the season.
Yeah, this is absolutely crazy, and we're going to have, speaking of crazy, Montara looking on, seeing whether Keen is going to have better luck in this matchup. We saw the stats for Camille versus Fiora so far in the LCK, and they are not very good for the Fiora. She's managed to win 1 out of what was like 9 games or something like that in the matchup.
History, if it repeats itself, it's not good reading for a Freaka. It's 1-8 in the LCK, and that's Fiora into Camille.
Yeah.
Even this bot lane.
Yeah, a lot of damage onto Teddy's just taken down by Kramer. Wraith just has to look on in horror. Couldn't heal him enough, and Teddy, uncharacteristic death very early in this game.
Laning phase going better than expected. He just gets tied up by a trap of all things and dies. This TusiN has taken the Ignite. Didn't respect the summoner fully and goes down. That's unfortunate for the side of Jin Air. Laning phase has been going better than expected. Dazzle's down. Stands on the trap, and the trap signals his doom. Does it for Teddy, as TusiN also celebrates the kill with a flash. On cooldown for now.
A lot of the stories aren't really great for Skarner so far in the LCK, but he's going to try it again, moving up towards the top side.
It's a party.
Yeah. Fracture is going to be his only CC option to try and lock down Keen. There's the hook shot. Riposte is now on cooldown, though, as So-On gets stunned. Will get himself back out of here.
Double teleport top lane.
Yeah, Kuro makes his way through. It's a really good seismic shove as So-On will need to try and put his back to the walls as Mowgli. Oh, he's going to get bounced back. That was a nice interaction. And now we've got TusiN showing up.
He's alone.
1 versus 3. I'm not sure what he's going to be able to do. Gets the Devour. And now So-On's going to fall. A Freak of Freaks somehow make it work when we thought Jin Air might have gotten out.
He had enough friends to go for the 1v3 play. Kuro's flash into the brush ended up looking very comical. Got no value out of it, but they get the kills anyway. And Hero's entrance not used in all of that means it's there for the Drake. Spawns right now. It's been up for about a couple of minutes. They turn onto the Drake here to a Freak of Freaks. This is when you get excited about a Fiora, and it seems like it will come together.
Well, Mowgli is just going to kidnap a Tristana. Cosmic Radiance is going to arm in time, but it's inside the belly of TusiN, and they just wait it out. They're going to feed Kramer another kill and maybe another turret. As you can see, Teddy, he's frustrated.
It's getting rotated on. They're rotating around the Tristana Taric lane and rotating with that strong Caitlyn for turret destruction. There was no vision there for them to walk up. They had no idea where Zach was on the map at all. And Umti trying to make a cross-map arrow for Teddy, who once again walks up and might just be instantly turned on.
Yeah, Rocket Jump may not be quite as good as he thinks it is, as he doesn't have a flash. Unfortunately, Wraith unable to tank up that one either, as Grace gets pulled back. Winds of War does a fair bit of damage. He's not going to be too worried about it. Merc Tread's helping him there as TusiN.
Well, rotation in.
Yeah, exactly. This could be the outer turret, because there's a lot of damage on this Caitlyn. Weaver's Wall isn't even a great idea, as it almost does get the knockback onto Shelly, who was on top of the wall, but she's absolutely fine.
Unfortunately, it doesn't get the knockback, and it also doesn't stop Shelly from walking up, because it was just too shallow for that. We're seeing fights everywhere.
Mowgli's going to get the kidnap. Cosmic Radiance does arm in time onto Wraith, but he's not going to be able to save Umpty, who's right in the back line. Kuro's going to get bonked back, but Keen picks up the kill in the end. Hero's entrance just to confirm it, and Afrika Freaks, they're continuing to push 5v4.
And Atlas, it's perfect game territory in the first 20 minutes. Nothing has been picked up yet by Jin Air Green Wings.
Everything going wrong for Jin Air, but it's going so right for Afrika, who need to have an upswing at this point because Kingzone look brilliant. KT also look good, and Keen, no! The perfect game is going to be sacrificed. I mean, the rest of the game's going to be over as well because it was desperation, and that's going to mean the base completely destroyed in every other lane. The Afrika Freaks, do they actually want to take the 4v5? So not quite there just yet. So
salvage that the moment that the Galio Caitlyn was drafted, if Afrika played to their win conditions, and they clearly have been great about doing that. And that has meant there has just been nothing available. The Tristana into Caitlyn has been a failure. They need a new plan for game number 2.
Yeah, the only option really was that Sohan got so far ahead, but he just straight up didn't. Keen even won the lane when he shouldn't have. Kramer going to be able to take this one down as Teddy. That shield non-existent now as he goes down to about half health. But Mowgli, he's the one starting off the engage. Cosmic Radiance is good, but it's not enough time. Sohan just takes too much damage. Wraith has been challenged by Keen, and in goes Mowgli. One more time, goes golden. And now everyone's getting healed up by the Grand Challenge. It's everyone on the fountain of Jin Air, and they couldn't keep their Nexus alive. A disgusting game 1 for the Afrika Freaks. There's no other way to describe it, but beautiful if you're a fan of seeing them possibly make it to the rank 1 position here in the LCK.
First game they play in week 8, an immaculate one. 1 kill away from being a perfect game. Just